And when you're ready, so find a comfortable seated position. Make sure your spine is straight with your head on top of your heart and your heart on top of your pelvis. And then just forget about the day ahead. Forget about your to-do list, your stresses, your worries. And connect with your breath. So notice it, don't change it. Notice if it's in the chest or the belly. If it's deep or shallow. Fast or slow. Don't judge it, don't change it. Now I'd like you to pay attention to thoughts that are trying to enter your mind. And every time a thought tries to come in, I want you to chase it away, just by maybe blowing on it. So just pay really good attention, because thoughts are very clever. They're really coming into our mind without us noticing it. So watch out for these thoughts and chase them away by blowing on them. I know it takes practice, but keep doing it. And now you can stop. So this is one method of meditation, which is to chase away the thoughts. And you may want to keep using this method during the class. Now set an intention for the class. You may want to set an intention for the day, as it's still early in the day, and just keep focusing on it. To keep you focused and also help manifest it. Now slowly make your way on your back. extend the left leg. And then bring the right knee towards the chest and just place your hands on top of the right knee. You can interlace the fingers. Nothing else for you to do, so just relax. Just let gravity take care of you. Observe the sensations. Your breath must be the same throughout the class, long, deep and smooth. We breathe in and out through the nose, into the belly. And just remember, if thoughts come into your mind, you come back to your breath or use the method we used at the beginning of the class. Chasing away your thoughts. Now release the right knee. Extend the right leg on the mat, coming into Shavasana. Observe the difference between the right side and the left side. And now bend the left knee and also bring the left knee into the chest. Place both hands on top of it, interlace the fingers. Relax the right leg. Let the right foot drop to the side. Relax all the muscles in your legs, the glutes. If you feel more sensation in one place, just breathe into that area. And it might be different on this side. Today we're working on the lower back and the hips. Stretching muscles that don't get stretched much because we spend too much time seated. And that's really the main reason we have all these issues in our back is because we're not active enough. We spend too much time seated in front of the screen. Come back to your breath. And then release the left knee. And again, come back into your Shavasana or corpse pose. And notice the effect of the pose on the body, on your legs, your lower back. And then roll onto one side to come into your tabletop position. Take your time. Remember, transitions are as important as the poses. And then step the right foot forward, coming into your dragon pose. So you can slide the left knee back if you want to, or you can keep the left hip on top of the left knee. So find the edge that works for you. You can use your blocks in front of you, stack them so you can rest the forearm. There's also another option, which is to keep a straight spine and place the blocks on your higher setting, and then just rest the hands on them and let the hips fall forward. That's another way. You could also use your bolster and place it in front of the left thigh and rest the left thigh on top of the bolster. So really you got many ways to get into the pose. Make sure you find your edge, and once you find your edge, just hold the pose and stay still. So relax the feet, the calf muscles, the thighs, the hamstrings. Let your hips be really heavy. So we lost Lynn. She just texted me saying she lost her internet, so I will send her a recording. Pay attention to your breath as well. It still needs to be the same. It's a good indicator if we've gone too far, if it becomes shallower and faster. Means we've gone too far in the pose, so it's never a problem. We just step back, add a cushion, add a bolster, a block, whatever we need. So we can be really relaxed in the pose and benefit from it. And then come back on your hands if you're on your forearms, and just slowly come out of the pose, coming back into tabletop. So take your time, it's quite challenging to come out of this pose. Back in tabletop, just take a moment to observe the effect of this last pose. And now step the left foot forward, we're moving on to the other side. Again, use whatever props you used on the other side, but maybe on this side is different. So maybe you need more, maybe you need less. All that matters is that you find your edge. And once you find it, just hold the pose and stay still. And might be easier on this side, might be more difficult. Just breathe where you feel the most sensations. Help you relax the muscles. And we'll come back to your breath. And then just slowly come out of the pose. Come back into tabletop. I notice the effect on this pose now, on the other side. Notice how both sides are feeling. The right, the left. You can move your props. And now you're going to come and stand on your feet. Slowly to come into dangling pose. So this is the only standing pose in Yin. So you're going to just keep the feet hip distance apart. And then grab hold of opposite elbows so you can keep the legs slightly bent. Or if you want, you can bend the knees to make it easier as much as you want and rest the belly on the thighs. So you choose, find your edge. And then we're going to stay there for a few minutes, letting gravity pull us down. So you're going to slowly come closer to the floor. Keep breathing into the belly, even if it's a little bit harder. Release the neck. Release all tension. And notice all the sensations. There's quite a few in this pose. So take your time to observe them one by one. Maybe starting from the feet. Noticing where the weight distribution is on your feet. And then going up slowly. And now release the hands on the mat or towards the mat. Open the feet wider than your hips. Keep the toes pointing towards the corner of the room or the mat. Slowly lower your sit bones to come into your yogi squat. If it's the most important is to have you keep your spine straight. If this is not possible, you can always use a block. Place it underneath your sit bones and come and sit on it to keep the spine straight. And then bring the hands in prayer with the thumbs in front of your heart It's one way of doing it. I'll face the camera so you can see me better. You could just come this way if you need to, or on the lower settings, just to keep a nice straight spine, feet flat on the mat. But if you can hold the pose without any accessories, just let's do that. Let your sit bones be really heavy. And notice the sensations, maybe in your legs, in your hips, in your lower back. For me, I feel it mostly in my lower back. So breathe in that area of your body where you feel the most sensations. Keep breathing into the belly. Now you're going to slowly, gently release your sit bone on the mat, or remove the block if you had one. And then again, we're going to come lying down on our back. Take your time and then bring the knees towards the chest and hold on to your knees as if we were in child's pose but on our back. So the tailbone is lifted. Stretching the entire spine. Bring the chin also a little bit towards your chest. Now relax in the softness of this pose. Take the time to scan your body for the sensations. Remember, the sensations can be physical, but they can also be emotional and mental. So what is happening for you in this pose? Keep breathing into the belly, even if it's a bit squeezed. And watch out for thoughts. You know, you can chase them away if you want to. Now you're going to slowly release your arms. Place the feet on the mat, but keep the knees bent. Take your time. And now make sure you can just touch the heels of your feet with your fingers. Make sure you have your block nearby. We're going to use it. If you don't have blocks, you can always use a big book. On your next inhalation, push with the feet, lift the hips, and then place the block underneath your tailbone. To come into supported bridge. Make sure it's placed properly so you can fully relax in the pose. The arms alongside the body, palms facing up, shoulder blades flat on the mat. Bring the chin to the chest. And then totally relax in this pose. Again, let your pelvis be very heavy, being supported by the block. Take the time to scan your body for sensations. Take the time to scan, observe your breathing as well. One more long deep breath. And then on your next in-breath, push the feet, lift the hips higher than they are to remove the block. And slowly release the spine, one vertebra at a time on the mat. Bring the knees into the chest. And then bring your arms into cactus and drop both knees over to the right. You can always use a block if you want to and place it underneath the knees if this is too much. Find your edge. You may also want to place a block in between your thighs. Coming into a spinal twist. And last, if you want, you can turn your head over to the left, to the opposite side of your knees. If it's more comfortable. So release the muscles in your legs. Let your legs be really heavy. Observe the sensations. Observe your breath. Come back to your breath. Now bring your head back through center. Bring the knees back through center. We're going to go straight onto the other side, so keep your arms in cactus. Place the block onto the other side if you needed it, or bolster or cushion. And then again, bring the knees towards the chest first, and then drop the knees to the left. Last, if it's comfortable for you, turn your head to the opposite side of your knees. Coming into a nice spinal twist. Paying attention to the sensations on this side. Maybe you can notice the difference between one side and the other. Remember, let your legs be really heavy. No muscle tensions anywhere in the body. That includes the muscles in your face, your jaw. Completely relaxed. Pay attention to your breathing. Bring your head back through center now. Lift the knees back up. Remove whatever you use to come into your final relaxation pose, corpse pose. Extend the legs. Let the feet drop to the side. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath. Arms alongside the body, palms facing up. Let the body integrate this practice. Let the mind integrate the practice. Completely relax. Relax your entire body. Totally relax. Now focus on all the sensations, the new sensation in your body. Notice what has shifted, what hasn't shifted. Slowly starts coming back into your body, your physical body. Start wiggling your toes and your fingers. Maybe you can turn your head from side to side. And maybe last, give yourself a nice stretch by bringing your arms above your head. And when you're ready, and only when you're ready, roll onto the right side using your hands as a pillow. And when you're ready, and only when you're ready, bring yourself back up into seated. Keep your eyes closed, come into a seated position of your choice. Bring your hands in Namaste or prayer with the thumbs in front of your heart. Thank yourself for practicing today, for looking after your well-being, physical and mental, for practicing self-love. So remind yourself of your intention, and if it's one you set for the day, keep reminding yourself of this intention for the rest of the day. And thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.